reached from Flushing to the Sheffield's door. She was there to sell makeup for the father some more. She had
The Nanny, indeed. There you go. What a great TV theme that was. And, of course, the reason I play this because Fran Drescher, who was The Nanny, just got together with all the cast. They had a little bit of a reunion for her mom's birthday party, and I saw the pictures, and I'm like, oh, my God, I used to watch that show all the time. Mike, despite my lengthy explanation, you still have tickets to go see Santana.
Oh, that's great. Thanks very much.
Well done. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, 4:29. We have news coming up in just a sec with Jason. Other side of that, we will talk to James Meny. Don't forget the news quiz coming up as well at about 5:50 this afternoon. News is next here on CJAD.
This newscast brought to you by silverandgoldforcash.com. Turn your silver and gold and unwanted jewelry into cash this weekend. Centre Leonardo da Vinci in St. Leonard. The best price guaranteed.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. I'm Jason Mayoff. Clear tonight. Full weather coming up after the news. Here's what's making news right now. A deadly plane crash in Île-de-la-Madeleine. A massive evacuation in Pierrefonds today, and gas prices are on the rise. From the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here's Kira Yeager.
Just got word of an incident which is up in Laval on the 440 eastbound. It is before Boulevard des Laurentides, and you're backed heavily up to Highway 15 over there up in Laval 440 eastbound. And if you're headed up into Laval right now, 13 North is a slow go, Côte-de-Liesse up toward the Bisson Bridge and Laurentian Autoroute North. Minor volume making your way into Laval, some more volume further up from around Dagenet onto the Mill-Ile Bridge, and going out to the West Island, 20 westbound, some volume en Grignon to First Avenue, Tican westbound, some light off and on volume Côte-Vertu out to Sources. Spring it on at Pharmaprix. Find everything you need for the season you've been waiting for, from sun and hair care to garden decor and more. Visit Pharmaprix today. Traffic and transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Next report is at 4:45.
In the news, 7 people were killed in the crash of a small plane off eastern Quebec today at LCN. The all-news TV station is reporting that CJAD contributor and former federal cabinet minister Jean Lapierre was among the victims on that plane. CJAD's Richard Deschamps is live now with the latest. Richard.
Well, Jason, provincial police are confirming that indeed all 7 people on board the plane have died. The plane took off from Saint-Hubert Airport at around 9 this morning, and it crash-landed on Île-de-la-Madeleine 3 hours later. Phil Dirty, an aviation expert, says the Mitsubishi turboprop missed the landing strip at the local airport and went down in some horrible weather conditions.
At the time, there was snow, there was light rain, and there was also fog. So it made for some tricky conditions to land in.
A spokesperson for the local ambulance service in the Magdalen Islands says 6 people were declared dead right on the scene. The 7th is said to have died en route to Quebec City. Now, we know that Jean Lapierre's father had died over the weekend. He was on his way to Île-de-la-Madeleine for the funeral.
Police questioned 2 people in Pierrefonds this afternoon after a massive evacuation in the area around the Sunnybrook train station. Police spokesman Yves Lafrenière says the whole thing started after a tip.
It all started up during the night when someone on social media have seen a video of someone that was looking like a threat, so we took that very seriously. It conducted us to Pierrefonds, which is Gouin and the Highway 13. And while during the investigation, we met some people, we questioned some people, we decided to search the house, and finally nothing had been found.
Police say they don't know for the moment whether this was a hoax or was done with the intention of causing panic, and they will continue their investigation. A drunk driver who killed 3 children and their grandfather in a horrific crash north of Toronto last September has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. 29-year-old Marco Muzzo had pleaded guilty to 4 counts of impaired driving causing death and 2 of impaired driving causing bodily harm. The children's mother, Jennifer Neville Lake, spoke briefly to reporters outside of the courthouse in Newmarket, Ontario.
All I can keep thinking in my head is my son never made it to 10 years. Daniel was killed when he was 9 years, 7 months, and 24 days, which is similar to the sentence with credit of time served that the drunk driver Marco Mutsu who killed him will be serving if he served the full time.
Neville Lake showed reporters a book of photographs of her family, including one taken of two of her children holding hands just before they were removed from life support. A Nigerian official says a girl suicide bomber who surrendered in Cameroon is from a neighborhood near where 276 schoolgirls were abducted by Boko Haram, but he says the girl is not one of the 219 who remain missing after the mass abduction 2 years ago. The girl, who appears to be about 10, turned herself in on Friday with explosives strapped to her body, and authorities say she seemed heavily drugged and injured. The World Health Organization says Ebola no longer qualifies as an international health emergency, but the group's Director General says West Africa still needs to remain on alert. Nearly 11,000 people have died, mostly in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone since December of 2013. And the price of gas is going up. It's heading up to $1.14 a liter at some places this afternoon, and by morning the price should be up right across Montreal. For more news, including police looking for people who committed dangerous and illegal acts in the metro and took video in the metro tunnels, go to CJAD.com. From the Dormevu Weather Center, clear tonight, the low -3. Sunny tomorrow morning, increasing cloudiness in the afternoon. Windy, the high 9. And for Thursday, rain and the high 11. I'm Jason Mayoff. Next update, 5 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
TED Radio Hour with Guy Raz, now part of our weekend lineup. All about big ideas and fascinating people. This weekend shows include Bill Gates.
We're not ready for the next epidemic.
The next pandemic could spread faster.
And Chris Hadfield.
So what's the scariest thing you've done, Chris?
The scariest thing I've done is ride a rocket ship to space.
TED Radio Hour, Saturdays at noon, Sunday night at 8. News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Yeah, summer's gonna be here before you know it, honey. Hey, you know what? We should get a pool.
But if we had a pool, we'd have to skim it, clean it, treat it, build a patio, build a fence, install an outdoor shower, stock up on guest towels, and make sure the neighbor's cat doesn't drown.
And we could also swim in it. We could have a pool party.
Some people only see the problems with a great idea. At BDC, we see the goal of your business plan, not the obstacles to it. In fact, swimming against the current is what we do best. For more about our financing and consulting services, go to bdc.ca. BDC, entrepreneurs first.
Hey, Nicole, you seem to be in fine form. What'd you do this weekend?
Oh, I read a bit, watched movies, and helped advance research.
What?
Yup, by participating in a clinical trial with Algorithm Pharma. You know, without this there would be no new drugs on the market, so I do my part. You should too. They're looking for women your age.
Oh, really?
Yes, Algorithm Pharma is looking for postmenopausal women for upcoming studies. Find out if you are eligible by registering at goalgo.ca.
It's time to walk into Luciani Acura. Wrap your hands around an Acura wheel now and drive away with great deals. So many models, so little time, and only a few left. Cars, SUVs, your choice of mileage, and great 2016 clear-out models. Quick delivery, great service. If you've ever dreamed of driving an Acura, come into Luciani Acura now and drive away in a dream come true. Only a few days left. Luciani Acura, 4040 Jean Talon West.
James Many, brought to you by Gilbert & Daughter, with an additional 15 to 50% off their already discounted prices. Gilbert & Daughter in the Valois Shopping Center.
Jim Many is on the line right now. Jim, I'm having a little trouble keeping it together, so maybe you can help me out here. We just learned of the passing of Jean Lapierre, a tragic plane crash in the Magdalen Islands today. Found it just a few minutes ago, confirmed now by a variety of sources, including LCN and TVA. Jean was killed in that crash, and his family, because he was traveling with members of his family to his father's funeral. His father had passed away over the weekend, I don't know what to say.
I've got I sent him my. Jean was a huge user of social media. He had announced that his father had passed away on Twitter, and I'd sent him my condolences yesterday, and he had sent me back a reply, and I have it up in front of me, which sort of adds to the surreality of this. And I know, and a lot of people may not know this because we clearly have been following the reports on this crash. We've been hearing all the rumors, and first of all, I know you're saying you're having trouble holding it together, but I know you've been holding it together for the last couple of hours. So first of all, my compliments to you. And all I can say is, Here's a man. Let's go back in time. Here's a man, first of all, who had left to go to the Madeleine to arrange his father's funeral. His father had just passed away yesterday, and perishes in this plane crash. And you can say, I'm seeing some people now because I've got this feed in front of me and saying, fate. There are twists of fate and there are obscenities of fate, and this is the latter. This is something that